Family members often become central to the process. As a Toronto personal injury lawyer, I can tell you that loved ones provide critical emotional support. They help track recovery, and often they act as witnesses to the day-to-day impact of the injury. Family members are often the most powerful witnesses in a case because they can provide detailed accounts of how the accident has impacted a person's life. They can compare the injured person's condition before and after the accident, and they can provide emotional context, which supports the injured person's evidence. At Neinstein, we don't just look at the legal facts, we focus a lot on storytelling. And that means understanding how our client's life looked before the injury, how it's changed, and what the day-to-day looks like now. Spending time speaking with clients and their loved ones is crucial to understanding the impact that an accident has had on them. And using things like will-say statements helps the client and their loved ones organize their evidence in a clear, consistent, and credible manner. As personal injury lawyers in Ontario, we have a unique responsibility to help people rebuild their lives. And to do this, we need to show the true cost of pain or loss of independence, and that's a story that often goes beyond numbers and medical terms associated with a claim. A settlement is an agreement reached by the plaintiff and defendant through an outside of trial process, like a mediation. If no settlement can be reached, your case will head to a trial. And at a trial, a judge or a jury determines what amount of compensation, if any, the plaintiff should receive. At Neinstein, we weigh each path based on the evidence, the risk, and the client's goals. So we aim to resolve matters efficiently, but we're always ready to go to court when needed. I represented a young girl with a pre-existing learning disability, and she was involved in a really bad accident that resulted in a brain injury. She had a lot of trouble expressing her thoughts and her feelings after the accident, so I had to use her mother and her brothers and get will-say statements from them to help explain her pre-accident life and compare it with her post-accident life. Her mother and her brothers were instrumental in detailing the changes in her academic performance before and after the accident, the dramatic decrease in her social and recreational interactions and pursuits, and the changes in her personality towards her siblings at home. I believe this made the injuries and the impact of those injuries much more real to the defendants, who ended up settling her case on the doorstep of a trial.